Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the European Fall season. This is match number 3, our third and final series of Wednesday evening. We are streaming on Thursday evening as well, so we'll see how the fall season does fall out and who is seeds number 1 through 4 and which 2 are dropping down to relegation. My name is Sims, and as ever on the desk, I am with my true friends, Dan Gaskin, Harry Shannon. Gents, I said it wrong again.
Do it again.
Oh, God. And I am also, just to let you know, in my ears, I got 100% confirmed Fab and
Can you say my
seed.
name right first?
Shannon.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, so because of their head-to-head with Infused, it does mean that Fab are guaranteed number 1 seed at finals, quite rightly. But I think we're going to find out who we're going to be sending as our 4th seed. Is going to be either VWS or Pulse, and they are facing each other now. This is my match of the week. This is going to be the big one. I'm pumped!
It's your match of the week.
This is
because you succumb to peer pressure.
You're pumped.
Oh, come on, let's not.
He's got a bit of a pump on.
Just not
Look at those
do
forearms.
this.
Go like that.
No.
Come on. No. No. Guys, we do have an amazing and incredible matchup about to come online. It's VWS taking on Pulse Gaming. Rami on the boys going against up Mr. SLG and his God squad of French monsters. This is now a battle for 4th seed. Who will be coming here to finals in December? Who will be playing off to find out if they keep their spot in the next season? Pulse Gaming, no introductions needed for these young gentlemen. Let's take a look at the rosters right now and show you who makes up this dominant force of French young guns. SLG team captain Norwin, Cali, Punisher, and Fragger. Gentlemen, this is an awesome roster. Struggled at times a little bit, but the signs of strengths that we've seen coming out of them, and we know they are extremely dangerous. We know SLG is that world-class level player. Can they do enough to make it here to finals?
Yeah, that's a different question. I was going to say they showed signs of promise early on in the first half of the season, right? We were kind of hyping them up as a team that could potentially be pushing towards that kind of top 3 kind of area. But right now they're sitting 2 and 6, and I'm pretty sure the first 2 games they won were within the first 2 weeks. So certainly some late season struggles we've seen from Pulse.
On the other side, we have VWS, Riot, we have Lunny, we have Ramirez, we have Chalky. Now, if you had shown me this squad perhaps 6 months ago, I would have said, wow, what a squad. This is potentially kind of a winner here. They could win this season, but people have been touching on it. Chalky hasn't been able to practice as much. Riot obviously fell out of touch at the end of last season. He wasn't able to practice much either, but they might be able to find their way back. If they win today, they do secure themselves at finals. It is that simple.
The one thing to note about this roster, Riot and Lunny, of course, teammates at the summer season finals on Vibe. Teammates back at Worlds on XL. Ramirez, Chalky. I don't even need to. How many times have we seen these two? Riots in there as well with the old TCM gaming roster. These are veteran European players. These are champions. These are multiple, I'd probably dare say 25 maybe plus titles between them all. Who knows? 20 plus at least. Let's take a look at the best of 5, how we're going to be kicking this series off. It's going to be the Rig Strongholds. Game 2, Edom Slayer. Game 3, Fathom Capture the Flag. Looking forward to that one. Games 4 and 5, Eden Strongholds, Colosseum Slayer. Gentlemen, Dan, kick us off. The Rig Strongholds. Who does this favour? Who's going to take victory in game number 1?
Honestly, I think this favours Pulse across the season. They are 5 and 4 with Strongholds. On the opposite side for VWS, they are 2 and 7. That is probably their weakest game type. So this should be a Pulse game, but I love what you touched on. The players and the sheer skill level that is on VWS squad. Last season when we were potentially looking at Dinosaurs not making finals, and we were very shocked that we weren't going to be seeing the likes of the Bucks there. If the likes of Chalky, if the likes of Riot, if the likes of Lunny and Ramirez don't make finals, that will be Summonix.
Yeah, and you have to remember for this series, Pulse's motivation for this is not only will they probably make finals if they win this, the VWS have to beat Fab tomorrow if they lose this series to make the 4 finals. That's like an impossible task. Yeah, I can't
see that happen. As much as I do think this is an amazing roster, I just can't see it happening.
So essentially, if Pulse win this series, they are guaranteed near enough to be at the full finals.
You can
is this
read
another?
This
oh, it's just I've already seen who it's from.
Kachi says,
I don't need
please
to.
teach Wonderboy Halo how to pick a good shirt. Man, better learn, Kappa.
Is it because the top button's not done up?
Well, mine's not done up either, actually, this week.
Yeah, but I think mine's kind of a top button shirt.
That's because you've been at gym once, mate. It's all that You know, that body and that manliness pumping out of it.
Maybe I'll go top button for the rest of the show.
I like it.
Yeah?
I'm feeling it.
Okay.
It's very Mark Hatcher.
I can't breathe, but, you know.
Again, it's very Mark Hatcher.
Well,
Love you, answer. Big love, brother. So, gents, game 1. Harry, you won't give me your predictions. I
can't breathe. I physically can't breathe.
Game 1 is going live. Dan, your prediction, please, really quickly.
I think Pulse are going to take this one.
Yeah, I agree with Dan. I mean, I certainly think Strongholds on the Rigs definitely favours. I mean, we've already said the record favours Pulse, but in my opinion, just the way that Pulse play in general, their entire playstyle suits the Rig Strongholds. We'll be seeing them just flying around the map together, and we've seen Kali timing power-ups and power weapons. It's just going to play into the hands of Pulse here. It could get messy very quickly.
The guitars are kicking off. The teams are ready. They are rocking. They are rolling on board with Punisher. Game number 1. Pulse Gaming taking on VWS. A battle for fall season finals survival. Ladies and gentlemen, please tweet the stream. Use the hashtag HCS. This is an awesome matchup. Please don't be a 3-0. Please don't be a 3-0. We're going to see it coming up very soon on your screens. 1 kill. Possibly going to be the first one. Riot's almost shuts down Kali with that shotgun, gives him a chest full of lead, does manage to survive. Hopping up now into the nest. Please, he's actually just going to follow this one player around. I'm surprised he doesn't kill him yet, but he does indeed. The golden arrow comes alive as Fraggle takes down one. One person's caught crouching underneath underpass. Down he goes with a nice, easy beatdown to the face. And one thing I'm going to mention here, guys, and I don't know how we kind of work this one off, I ain't really seen much of an advancement onto these 2 plots coming out of him. I mean, he's getting the kills, but no one's tagging up this PR base on Nest.
Yeah, I was going to say, has anyone told Kali that this isn't a Slayer game? He kind of just ran away from Nest. He could have grabbed that for his team several times, but I guess he's just trying to compete for that map control at the moment. But this is what Kali is capable of. He is the player that does time those power-ups and those power weapons, so he was straight onto that camouflage, and now we see the tables turn. Because he opted not to jump straight onto the Nest, because he opted not to go too deep into that BR base, he was allowed to get a few kills, allow his team to get map control. Now they have total control here against VWS.
What a flip around that was. Going 3 down, so almost on 3 up right now. The triple cap is in effect, and that time is ticking away ever so heavily. They need to make something happen. Chalky's pushed back on back rail. 2 more players that are advancing around. I'm not entirely sure who that other player is. We're going to see Kali move down into white corridor. Ramirez is trying to take down BR base, but there are bullets hitting him in the face from each and every single angle. Kali whips out the storm rifle. Chalky says, not today, my friend. He will convert back the basement, flying around the corner and steamboating in with absolutely zero care in the world. Fragger will take out 1. Goes in for the basement. 1, 2, 3 members of VWS all falling. This should be an easy convert for them.
Yeah, really nice rotations out of the entire Pulse Gaming squad. I mean, we saw there Kali, before he went down, was able to put 2 players of VWS weak who are both capturing strongholds. That made it easier for his teammates, but we are seeing a little bit of a resurgence here from VWS. They're starting to get kills, but SLG, every single time I've seen him in the kill feed, man, he is just doing work with his railgun, and he's kind of on the fringe of the top 5 players in Europe right now for me, and a few good performances today and tomorrow certainly could cement his spot in my top 5.
He will try and bank one off at the side of that wall. Doesn't quite land as Lonnie cleans him up nice and easy. He actually sticks him! Invisible guy going through the air. Down he goes. Punisher straight off the spawn. Nice cheeky kill from him. His teammate helps him clean up one as well. He knows that Chalky's going to be excessively weak. 2 members will now pounce in there. Ramirez thinks, you know what, I want to join the party here as well. Just have a shotgun in hand. Takes out 1. Down he goes looking for that double. We're going to see Lonnie give him some support as well. Riot tries to advance on basement, but 2 members say, not today, my friend. This one is ours.
It was a slightly obscure setup from Pulse. They were just trying to keep that BR base as well as Nest, and it wasn't really working out for them. Now they need to push on, and they need to try and get that basement as well. But they're getting the score, they're racking it all up, and at the moment VWS, they're just on the back foot. They're trying to push around wherever they can. They're trying to get hold of those strongholds, but there seems to always be a member of Pulse waiting for them, regardless of where they're pushing. At the moment, Nest is being taken, but you can see there's a member of Pulse waiting for Riot, but he's going to be taking down this, and there will be Lunny there to support him. This is good stuff from VWS, but at the moment, the kills are just too strong from Pulse.
That was almost a triple kill coming out of SLG. What a nuisance he's been here. Trying to find the guy who's just hiding up in the attic. Ramirez comes flying through the air. There is a great little trade there, but unfortunately his teammate comes off the spawn, so he's going to be able to transfer back on the basement. One-on-one little battle coming out of Lunny here. Takes down Punisher, which is exactly what he needed to do. Will pick up the BR. Remember, that has now placed the carbine that used to be positioned there. Grenades going into Whitehall. That player is going to be excessively weak. Should be an easy clean of him. Takes down one. Does the cheeky crouch on the floor. Gets in the perfect as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a crouch to boot. No shields whatsoever. What a kill from Casey Lund.
This is the thing, VWS, they've been picking up the kills and they've been pushing together well, but there is always a member of Pulse there to shut them down as soon as they are even close to getting some control. Now we might be seeing total control if they're able to pick up that BR base, which would be great for them, but no, there's a player there to reset it once again from Pulse Gaming, and instantly they're there to basement as well. Pulse are just everywhere. Regardless of the fact VWS are pushing together well, it's just not enough because Pulse are spreading themselves out perfectly.
What did Brandon say in that interview? SLG to carry hard. Now, I don't want to call him a carry because I haven't actually seen the kill feed, but at the moment I'm seeing Pulse Gaming perfect kills coming out from SLG right now. We're going to see Chalky caught off guard down in the basement. 2 players advance on him. The time is ticking over. 95 points about to hit as we land at the 7-minute remaining mark.
I mean, yeah, he's not the carry, but he is the Slayer. He's currently plus 43 against Pro League, and the rest of his team are all negative. He is the man that's going to be racking up those kills, and there's just 2 points needed now. There is not a member of VWS anywhere to stop this from happening. Pulse will go 1-0 up, as we expected. Strongholds, they are just too strong on it.
Good God, my friends, get wrecked, VWS. That was intense. I mean, I'm assuming the kill feed is going to say the same thing, Harry, to be honest.
Yeah, SLG, top Slayer in the game and top Slayer on his team overall as well. And the slays that he brings to this Pulse Gaming lineup is absolutely invaluable. Fragger, top captures, and the most secures in the game go to Punisher as well. Just the 2 kills from Brights on the VWS side. Maybe not warmed up as much as he'd like to be at the moment, but he certainly needs to get firing. Forget about this game number 1 if they want a chance of winning this series.
100-22. What a way to start this series. The French crowd is definitely going to be screaming for these guys right now. This is the only French roster in the Pro League. It has been for the last 2 seasons. Fair enough, they've got some great guys working through open circuit. And I tell you what, and I always say this, there are some demons inside the French community. There are some amazing and awesome players. We see time and time again them clutch up.
That was so sick.
Was it accidental?
No, 100% intentional.
You don't want to say
I got
it
your
was.
punny, bro. Don't worry, it's all good.
But yeah, I can see these guys making finals, honestly, especially if they play like they just did. That was awesome work.
I want to see the Lunny perfect double again. Hopefully the replay. Here it is right here. So he cleans up
crouch.
Fragger. Look, he's half shields and still takes on Punisher and takes him down. That is just such confidence in his ability right there.
It was a mini bunny hop, so he crouched it for the 1, moved to the right, but if you watched, he thrushed out and then jumped into him for that 4. Insane plays, and Lunny, we do know Lunny can hit some perfects, but then again SLG was doing the same on the opposing side. We're moving into game number 2, Eden Team Slayer. Is it going to be a whitewash as before, or does this one say a different game, gents?
I mean, Eden Slayer, going into Slayers in general, VWS, they are 3-6, Pulse are 2-8. Both teams struggle on the Slayer front, so I think it's going to come down to who can step it up more. SLG, as I said, the most positive on Pulse. VWS side, Lunny has been the only player to go positive overall for VWS, so perhaps we'll be leaning towards him. But in general, looking at these game types, the fact there are 2 strongholds really stands out to me. And if it's going to go to a game 4, I'd say that's going to lean towards Pulse as well.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more kind of short term though. Eden Slayer coming up next. I think it's a very kind of decision-making based game type, and the king of decision-making, in my opinion, is Ramirez. And if he can guide his squad and make sure he maintains the power weapon control and make sure his team just rotate around the right areas of the map exactly when they need to do that, I think the VWS have a shot, and if anything, I kind of favour them in this game type.
This is insane.
Isn't it?
Honestly, this is such a great game to be ending, and I hope you guys...
It's just day 1. We got another day tomorrow.
I know.
Oh, it feels good.
It feels good being able to solidify and see who's going to be doing it, and then of course we can actually... We'll go through, we're streaming the Open Circuit Finals, so once we've streamed them, we'll be seeing how these matchups are going to play out. The one thing I've got to say, no matter what happens, everyone's definitely improved from summer season. Fall season down here.
Apart from Prophecy.
Got me. He beat me there.
Sorry. It's true, though.
And this is the thing. If Pulse beat VWS, pretty much all that stands in the way is Prophecy tomorrow.
Yes, that's all they've got to do to solidify
because VWS are facing Fab, and really you'd be expecting Fab to win that one. But then let's say VWS beat Fab. It would come down to a head-to-head. Because VWS beat Pulse 3-1 last time. If Pulse were to win this 3-0, that would mean they would win the head-to-head, and they would secure that 4th spot. So those are the kind of things we've got to play around with. But are VWS really going to beat Fab? Probably not.
I love that. Is that a meme, innit, with the... What's it called? Can't remember his name. You know which one I'm on about, though, don't you?
Why can't I hold all these Pro League games?
Why can't I hold all these feels? Feels. Guys, game number 2 is locked and loaded. We are live. The spectator mode is in play. Let's jump into the POV of a player. Production hit the button, and there we go. We're into the game. Punisher kicking things off. Going to run down bottom mid, checking out anyone who wants to challenge him. We got one player there crouching away. 2 players lit him up. Down he went the second he saw them. Rockets are going to be in play now. Balloni misses one. Will hold them back. Great trigger discipline there to not just YOLO that one.
Nice.
Oh, saved by the wall a tiny little bit. Thankfully, whipped out his Magnum, cleaned up that kill. Nice little spree at the start. 2-2 apiece. Good start from both teams. Dan, give me what's the play? What do we want to be seeing here apart from this? What do we want to be seeing from these 2 teams?
I was going to say that VWS just need to be careful of that sniper because, yes, they were able to get rockets, but they know that the snipers fell into the hands of Pulse Gaming. So now they need to be positioning themselves somewhere where they're not easily spotted, but where they can start flanking around and making their way towards the sniper to try and get hold of it by themselves. I really think for VWS, an early lead is crucial for them. The fact that this game is slowing down already at 2-2 shows how nervous both of these teams are.
You know what, Harry? Let's flick while we're on with this sniper rifle, let's flick these player outlines off for a fair bit and just see how many juicy faces just appear in the sight and in the scope of Mr. Norwin SLG himself.
Yeah, we need to, well, I say we, SLG needs to be very careful of the fact that Lunny still has the rocket launcher as well, and he's making his way around the map very, very slowly. So SLG definitely needs to watch his P's and Q's. As soon as he sees Lunny, he needs to run.
I mean, I'm quite surprised, to be honest with you, that he doesn't have a lot more defense. You got one player now. One player jumps up. He tags the player. His teammate will help him out. Harry, you called it perfectly. Rockets rotate behind them. Now we see Rockets and Sniper in the hands of Lunny. They also have blue control. They've got the lead. All they've really got to do is just let Pulse push them and slay. One person's caught off guard. That's going to be Riots out in the open. Gets taken down by a grenade. Lunny rotates round to Blue Bend. We're going to see 2 more players as well advancing down there. Finds one, tags him up. No assist coming out of it. His teammate's just steaming in though, which is a little bit interesting. If you're going to get hit by a sniper, personally wouldn't like to just see you beelining straight out of nowhere. For me, it's a free kill. Tags up SLG. SLG gets away with his life only just.
And if you're wondering why Pulse aren't doing what VWS did and sneaking round to try and get this sniper, it's because those rockets have just spawned. They knew they had to be aggressive. They knew they just had to take on that sniper. They haven't even been able to get rocket control because of it, though. SLG actually pushed on to pick up the sniper rifle. He now needs to be careful, because with those rockets in control of VWS, this could be detrimental for them, because if they're able to get sniper again, they'll be able to set up once again and get even more of a lead. But good start for VWS.
Did you see how he just tagged him, whipped out the Magnum, and actually hit that long-range shot? So the Rockets are going to be down after taking out Riots.
While dodging the rocket as well.
While dodging.
That's like some James Bond stuff right there from SLG.
Mr. SLG, the man who always puts on a show every single time. They're down by 3 kills, this Pulse Gaming roster. 9:20 remaining on the clock. Still everything to play for. Still a very, very early game. They are 1-0 up in this best of 5 series. Ah, man, I just wish we had a listening. I won't be able to understand what the French are saying, but I think a listening would still be quite good.
I think they'll be relatively calm, to be honest. From what I know of the Pulse roster, I think in this situation, when you're not taking faces, he might have let out a little yelp there. They would be calm and collected. They know exactly where they want to be, what they want to do, and I think they're just one of these teams that don't get overhyped in situations like this. But more sniper ammo for SLG now, and there are just people walking into his reticule. Yeah,
and he actually just caught for the foot of Ramirez, so he'll know where he is, drops down, doesn't actually get a pick as he does. Doesn't get no clip there, unfortunately, did tag him, but we're going to see Cali pick up Ramirez. That was a great call out. So the BR comes into effect. Taking a look at the scores there. Everyone a couple of kills on the board at least. Only a 1-kill game. This is going to be a slow one, isn't it, guys? Let's be honest.
And just touching back to the communication thing, and I think this is what sets Pulse ahead of the rest of the French rosters. Typically in history, a lot of French teams have been very loud, very proud, they've been very excited. However, Pulse, they are kind of that calm, collected team. They do seem like the once epsilon of the French world. These guys know exactly what they want to say and what they want to do, and it's just great to see that Pulse are actually in contention of these finals, because it was a shame that they missed out last season.
15-15, Rockets coming into effect now. We will see Punisher trying to take down Lunny there. Goes for the no-scope, takes out one, excuse me, it was Frags. The 2 kills coming out of Pulse Gaming. Lunny answers back, 17-17, Rockets in hand, all to work for. Now, let's be honest, ooh, ground pound, he's getting teed up, we heard it in the back. Can he get the kill? That's going to be massive. What a huge ground pound play to transfer those Rockets. You heard him tee it up. How Lunny didn't fire that off and get a kill and just respond to it.
SLG
God
is just one of the best players to watch in the league right now. It's unbelievable to think his team is what, 2-6 and sat down in 5th place, because that man right there just knows how to put on a show. All the big plays always come out of SLG.
It's so annoying when you don't see a player and you just hear that, you just hear it charge up. It's like, oh God, incoming death from above. Watch your head, boys. The Superman slam it into the ground. And what a massive slam it was. Transferred the Rockets back, but it hasn't really shown massively on this kill feed. We're still 21 for 22. Everything left to play for. Very neck and neck. Neither of these teams want to lose this matchup down.
They don't, but despite being maybe 4 kills down at one point, Pulse have not been scared of VWS whatsoever. Even when VWS have the sniper, they're not staying out of those sight lines. They are more than happy to get in their face and challenge. Pulse look confident. VWS, however, they're kind of stuck in these bases. They're having to really work to get any sort of map control.
SLG is just such a strong slayer. The fact he was pinning down 2 of the VWS players by himself in that base right there, and eventually he did go down, so maybe a little bit overzealous from there, a little bit overconfident, but the fact he was taking on 2 players essentially allows a 3 versus 2 across the map for his team, so maybe Pulse there should have benefited a little bit more out of that situation, but as we're speaking, it's all tied up. Make it a 1-kill game now for Pulse Gaming.
Harry, let's take a look at the kill feed again. I just want to see if Riots is giving away quite a few. He's actually 8 for 8, so it's proven me wrong. I did see him going down quite a lot, topping the leaderboard. In fact, his teammate, his non-teammate, the enemy, is also on 8 and 8 over there on the other side as well. Cali diving in with the SMGG, will trade up with Lunny. At least a trade for a trade is all right there. 31 to 28. Tiny little bit of more room coming out of Pulse Gaming. New sniper rifles up, 1 in the chamber, 2 people advancing from down in control. 4 players now, all moving over from that right-hand side. Looking for, they don't know where they are. They've absolutely no idea. Tags 1, finish him. No, doesn't quite. Grenades coming in thick and fast. He's got Cali to give him some support, which is fantastic. Fresh sniper rifle as well in the hands of SLG. Ripping bases. If he'd have hit that, I'd have lost my absolute mind. And look at where Lunny is, just hiding on that backbone there, being a complete nuisance. And oh my word, SLG, the shining star right now of this Pulse Gaming roster. Harry, he's one of the best in Europe. You called it, Dan. What more is there to say?
I mean, Harry touched on it before the game. He said this is a game type for decision making, and you can see there has been a lot of slow, methodical approach from VWS. Constantly they're pushing round as a 4 through security to try and get behind Pulse, but individually, Pulse are just better right now. They're winning every single 1v1. There's always someone behind them to support and trade if they do go down. And the sniper, the shots are just being hit from Pulse at the moment. And with an 8-kill lead, this is looking really commanding. They need to be careful they don't give up too much map control against VWS here. They don't want to give VWS even a look in. I'm not sure when the next Rockets are going to be coming up, but that could play a huge part as we move towards the end of this game.
I mean, they're not overextended in any way, shape or form. They're holding down blue, which is fair play. The only reason that these guys have got the kill is because they rushed him. They had an SMG came up there. 2 members rushed him in, but they are challenging for it. We see Romy, excuse me, I don't know which one's which there. It's going to be either Punisher or Fragger. 2 players. It's going to be Punisher. Thank you very much, Harry. Punisher's pushing out on the outskirts there to push Lunny and force him back in. But in theory, I mean, Harry, what's the play? If you Pulse Gaming, do you wait and do you let VWS come to you, or do you keep the pressure on?
Well, it was very interesting, the fact that, yes, Pulse went down when they had that blue control. Look at the kill feed right now. They're actually only down by 5 with VWS, but I was going to say, what Pulse could have done is just set up around the Rockets and just soak up pressure, but they've actually surrendered those as well to Chalky, who honestly has been kind of quiet this series, so I'm going to swap over to him and see what he can do. They are down by 5. They have a little bit of time to play with, so if they want to try and suss out exactly where Pulse are and try and make a coordinated push here, they can. But it's very risky running down the clock, so wouldn't be surprised to see Chalky just group up with a teammate, make sure he stays alive with these Rockets as he's doing right now, and he's just going to push in and try and take down as many of the Pulse players as possible.
4 in the barrel as well. I mean, that's essentially, I say it time and time again, if he can actually land the Rockets, that's essentially 4 kills.
It is indeed, and you could see when he was just kind of jumping out and kept ground pounding back, he was just trying to bait that radar, trying to get some grenades out of Pulse Gaming in case anyone was waiting that round that corner. You can see now VWS, they're getting a little bit impatient. They want to push out because they've got so much power weapons. They want to make them count. They don't want to get put into a position where Pulse are able to catch them off guard and take these power weapons off them. Just 3 kills, in it now for VWS, and they've got the toys to work with. So this is looking good with only 3 minutes left.
Yeah, Lunny doing some serious work. 3 minutes on the clock, as you mentioned. Ramirez going to go up for that new sniper rifle, hoping the barrels are not there because he will get baited to the maximum. He will steam forward, tries to get a pick on Cali. Cali's forced back now. He's down in the pit. 2 snipers now in the hands with 2 players up on catwalk. Lunny's going to push forward just a tiny bit. Ramirez has got his back. Now they've got both angles covered. In theory, if I'm Pulse Gaming, don't poke your head out. Don't give away a free kill. It's not worth it. Let them come to you. Force them into one-on-ones. Bottleneck them. Get a trade for trade and try and see this one out, because at the moment, with 2 snipers, you're just giving away free deaths.
Yeah, all game Pulse have been more than happy to kind of pop their heads out and try and challenge these snipers, but I really think now they need to be careful and not put themselves in a position.
Oh, no.
Great kills from Cali there. That's 4 kill advantage now. 1 sniper is dealt with, but Chalky is the one with the rockets. He's the man you've got to be worried about. And another set of rockets are coming up as well. So this could be really important if VWS are able to keep this map control, but with only 5 kills needed now for Pulse, they can push in, they can get aggressive, and just make sure they're trading effectively.
We can appreciate how Cali actually got that kill. It was from the Hydra. He took down one with the Hydra, which forced Lunny out. I believe it was Riots at the time with the light rifle. Came in, managed to tag him as well. 48-42. Excuse me, they just turned a pretty much bottleneck game up on its head. Yeah. They're back in control, Harry, and they've got the sniper.
And it was all from VWS just overextending and Pulse just making absolutely short work of them down. I mean, it's looking pretty simple from them. And there you go. It was simple stuff from Pulse. They were just baiting VWS around, and 50-43 is the score.
Confidence from Pulse. That's all I'm going to say. They were more than happy to take on a sniper. And if you're more than happy to take on a sniper against a team that has players like Chalky, like Riots, then that just speaks volumes to me.
SLG.
GG.
Top Slayer in the game. He's creeping up there, man. He's creeping up. I don't want to say best players in Europe. Definitely in the top 5 of my favourite players to watch. Because every single time he has a sniper, he's hitting those shots with confidence.
I don't want to jinx anything here, and I don't want to put them off, and I love what's going on. I love this team. It's really coming together, white and blue. And I also love Doodle over on the side. Oh, excuse me, I also love Bashford over on the sides of Infused. Just throwing it out there, can you imagine this guy, if he did originally go to Infuse during transfer period?
That would be...
That's a scary thought.
So scary.
So scary. Credit to Norwin. Stuck with his team. He says, we got here together. We're going out together by hook or by crook. They are now 1 game away of putting themselves in a spot where all they have to do tomorrow, if they beat VWS now, all they've got to do is take down Prophecy tomorrow. Bang. They're coming to the finals.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Basically,
well, actually, no, yeah. If they win this next game, they win 3-0, then yes, all they have to do is beat Prophecy. And that's a pretty good feeling when Prophecy are 0-9. And you touched on SLG. Yes, there was the consideration he might have moved to Infuse, but that may not have worked. Yeah. He may not have fit that playstyle. I love that he's kept with his French compadres, and awesome. I would love to see them make finals just because I know that these guys really want it. And I'm not saying that VWS don't, but Pulse, they're here to make a statement. If they 3-0 this, then I'm expecting to see them in those finals.
The one thing that we've seen for many, many years as well, and I think you'll back me up on this one, how fired and how much of a different mind do the French get on LAN?
Yikes. So, insane. You know how we've got crowd mics here in the studio? We might pick up a few French words that aren't
and we won't understand what they were saying, so they could probably get away with it.
Yeah, and because they get loud, they would take the roof off the place.
Will they?
Maybe.
Because this isn't the French guys this isn't the Botanist. These aren't the guys that we're used to seeing come to French finals. I mean, I wouldn't say any of these guys are particularly loud. I'd say they're kind of calm and collected, and I think that's why they are a great team.
Good point. Well
yeah, that really is actually. That's a very, very good point.
So maybe they will take the roof off the place.
Who was it before that we had? We had Botanist, we had
Hitterborg, them guys, Renox.
Exactly.
Those kind of guys. Talek, yeah.
Talek. Yeah, they were the loud and proud Frenchies, but I think, and I touched on it in the game, these are the quieter French guys, and they're the more methodical, the nicer, the gentler.
They're the French ones that hit shots because SLG was...
usually the quieter teams are better online than LAN. Maybe there is kind of a hidden player in that will get loud and will kind of pull that team through, and I do think you do need it when it gets to live events. You need that one player that is going to shout at the other team, that is going to make a statement.
I think it'll be Cali. He's a big lad. he throws weights around like no tomorrow, and I can honestly see him standing up. If he's on main stage and he's giving it to to some of these teams, I reckon he'll be sitting across the top, pointing across, because the French do get a lot of slack. We've seen a bit of banter on Twitter. The French do get quite a lot of jip online, and you know what? These guys are doing the French esports community proud. Game number 3, capture the flag on Fathom. First team to bag 3 caps will claim victory, and if that one is Pulse Gaming, then my God, this whole entire system got a hell of a lot more fun.
We're going to start this one off with, on the VWS side, Chalky. He was Batchford's player to watch, so let's see how he starts this one off on Fathom Capture the Flag.
Just really quickly while we're kicking off this game, so far from what you've seen, gents, and it's going to kind of add insult to injury, but have you seen what Batchford mentioned? Have you seen that Chalky of old yet coming out?
I don't think he's been given the opportunity to be honest. He hasn't been able to get that sniper rifle. He's not been able to do the things that he's used to doing. Pulse have just controlled the game and actually kept Chalky away from any power weapons, away of making any sort of impact, to be honest. And if Pulse continue to do that in Fathom Capture the Flag, I think it will be the same, and it's probably going to be a 3-0. However, on the side of VWS, I think they just need to get aggressive. They just need to not play in fear, which I really felt like they did, especially in the last game.
Down goes one, grenade goes in, he's got no support whatsoever, so he needs to try and juke him out, which he does. Gets a tiny little bit of support from his teammate. However, on the opposing side, we do see SLG also pulling a flag out, and my word, is he bombing that across pit. Flag's thrown out into the open. Lunny's going to try and get his shields back. It is at least on the ramp and ready to collect.
Yeah, the problem with this for VWS is the fact they do not have top middle control. Ramirez is trying to amend that, and he will actually take down Fragger. So that's top middle cleared now, and only one alive on the Pulse side. Great stuff here from Lunny. He will get the touch, so that flag has that timer reset, and SLG on the Pulse side, the only one who can do anything to try and stop this flag.
Oh, he's crouching down. That was so damn close, but Chalky actually gets taken out from the grave, so it's going to at least SLG let him know. Callie's in the base, went for the cheeky ninja. One person's running up through the door, he's steamboating in. He does drop it just before he gets there, though.
He had to.
There's 2 players that are going to get the return. That's insane.
Lunny was so close to putting that one in, but he just couldn't reach it. Great stuff from Pulse to be able to push constantly one by one like lemmings into that base, but eventually it worked out for them. Dare I say it, they're going to get a counter cap now, as Punisher does seem to have some decent control here, but there is a Riots in top mid.
There is a Riots in top mid, and that's what the problem is, but more importantly, nobody took the garage spawn. Not the garage spawn, but at least the garage entrance. So they just literally allowed VWS to flood the garage, come into their flag, and essentially shut down and stop any pull whatsoever. Credit where credit's due. Big shout out to Riots working it top mid and doing some serious damage, but they really needed to send someone BR, or at least into the garage, to stop that assault.
One thing I've seen a couple of times out of VWS, I'm not sure if it's working out in their favor just yet. We are still early on in the game, but they seem to be baited off of top middle incredibly easily. I mean, we saw Riots there. He had teammates in a position to touch the flag, and he was actually, he didn't really need to. I mean, return the flag, excuse me. He kind of got baited into that return and went down in the end. Obviously, he secured the return for his team, but Lunny was there as well, so kind of an unnecessary drop off top middle there from Riots, and Chalky did the same, but he was rewarded with a railgun, and look, he can get kills with this, and now he can start pushing onto top middle as well. So we'll see if Chalky is actually sucked off of this top middle area after this kind of passive of play. What's the word, Dan? What's the word? Passage of play, that's the one. I was trying to say passion. Similar words.
Now, the reason that we're seeing VWS getting into this is because in general across the season, Capture the Flag is actually their best game type. I think they're 7-4 right now. Expect them to be dominating the map. Expect them not to be giving Pulse the chance to breathe. They're one of these teams that really, it gets in your base, gets behind you, and they're just a nuisance. Similar to what we saw earlier actually from Vibe, you've always got that one player behind that is just going to cause you a lot of trouble, as Lunny is going to try and put this flag in once again, but there are Pulse members there to stop him yet again, and now Fragger can start moving this one across, but is there Riots top mid to stop him this time?
There is someone in their base to try and stop him, but once again, look at this, the garage assault is oncoming, the flag's in there though, needs to grab this now. Callie, it's all up to you, my friend. Steamboat in, grab that flag, can't get that one as well. Splinter Nade goes in, they're going to pull the flag out at least to get the stop. There's the return. Oh my word, once again, the 3rd time we've seen a flag on the spot not get capped.
And we said Chalky has got to do a lot, and Chalky was the man that stopped that flag. He threw a grenade in. He managed to take 2 players out in the end. Incredible stuff from him. Really important. Both teams going clutch when it comes down to it. And we see this time and time again on Fathom Capture the Flag, because you can get across the map so quickly without being seen by your opposition. You can put yourself in that position to make sure that the flag isn't going to be put in. This is going to be a nail-biter for sure.
Looking forward to it. I mean, so far what we've seen has just been awesome. SLG just backing down for 1 second, turns around, gives Chalky a face full of blue bullets. Chalky answers back with a nice cheeky double kill. There's a triple kill, my friends, as well. Finds one up in the attic, looking through the window. Now the spawn could be an issue here for Pulse Gaming. We have VWS collapsing in on them. We got 2 inside the base. Cali answers back with a railgun. That's going to get transferred into the hands of Chalky, which is not a pretty thing. They need to shut him down. There's the kill. SLG is getting tagged up from above as well. Needs to get that guy out of top mid to give them some ground coverage.
I tell you what, Cali's an absolute demon with the railgun on this map. I mean, we saw it in week 4. He's doing it early on in the game as well as just then as well. Cali really loves the railgun here on Fathom Capture the Flag. He certainly knows how to get it more often than not. He will be taken down in the end though by Riot's, but once again, we're just seeing the power weapon control out of Pulse. Very, 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 very efficient.
See, Chalky will take down yet another one with that railgun. My word, doing some work with that. Ramirez unfortunately hits the wall as he does, just steamboat away from this. Look for his teammates spawning over at the VAT to move in and give him some support. No one's coming in from the garage area, and that's because the flag is already on the move. It's down in the pit. 1, 2, 3 members. VWS do go down. Ramirez is left on his own. They're transitioning inside the base. We're seeing little red dots on the radar. He's in all kinds of trouble. Gets the beat down. Massive reversal kill coming out of him. Can he get this one as well? That'd be huge. Wow. Lunny with the save of the century. Holy mother of Halo, that is impressive work from both of these rosters right now.
That impressive Holy Mother of Halo came out. You know it's impressive when Sim says that. And what I loved about Ramirez is he threw that flag out the window just to say, okay, there's 2 people pushing me. If I throw it out to the front, my teammates on spawn can pick it up and it won't get returned. The fact that he was able to survive and take one of them down was just icing on the cake. This is good stuff from VWS. They are actually probably deserving of a lead right now, but they just haven't been able to get 2 people back with the flag. There's always been 1 member of Pulse just there to throw it out, just to be a nuisance to get a return.
Watching Ramirez with the flag is just a thing of beauty, boys. I mean, it's almost like his favourite weapon's the flag move. I mean, it's just the way he moves around the map with the flag. He always knows how to just save it from danger. It's just a beautiful thing to watch. And on the other side, we have Fragger, who's kind of playing with the light rifle and trying to just supplement that flag play. But you can see what already Ramirez is off on a walk, mate. He's going to get some kills with the flag move.
And do you think this is, and I'll open this one up to you, Dan, what Ramirez is doing right now, is this just years of experience knowing he's got a guy right below him, he's got a guy right below him, he's not seen him.
SpaghettiOs.
He's overextended far too far. If he can get this kill, that's going to be huge. They're going to get the return. More than likely going to back this one in. That was, I mean, I've got to put it there, Dan. Was that a good effort from Ramirez, or was that just a really bad overextend?
I mean, you say it's years of experience, but I think that he should have been aware there was no one ahead of him on that side of the map. There was no one to cover him in case that happened. I think it's the right decision. You do need to push out with the flag and try and be of help, but you're right, he shouldn't have been alone there.
I tell you what, I just had a kind of cough and burp at the same time. I'm not really too sure if you heard that, but I was going to say Cali's been the star of this game. I want to check the kill feed right here. In fact, the slays are pretty even across the board. Chalky really stepping up in Fathom Capture the Flag at the moment, but Cali, I'm constantly seeing him in the kill feed, stopping flags and just getting kills on the board for his team. He's been really, really, really useful in this game.
I really think this is going to hurt VWS as well, because they were actually ahead, could I say? They deserved the flag capture, but the fact that now Pulse are in the lead, despite VWS getting that flag back several times, is going to knock your confidence down a little bit for VWS. But if they continue what they're doing, if they continue this map control that they have, and just kind of maybe run back with their flag, several times we've seen the flag just going back on his own, they've been punished for it. They just need to support that flag, and they should get some on the board.
SLG tries to defend that railgun bottom mid. Punisher comes in with a double kill, tags up 2. Lunny's there as well to try and take him down. The beatdown is missed, and he'll bag himself the railgun. This is a great advancement here from VWS. They can move this flag. They can get some serious work on it. In fact, I'm talking absolute crap because it's his home flag. My apologies there, guys. He does get the return. He's going to jump up to top middle, bag himself the camo as well. Camo and railgun combo. Could this be what they need to bring themselves right back in this game? Dan, they've only got 3:30 to do it.
Yeah, there's not much time left, but if you want it in anyone's hands, Lunny is good to have. He is the only player that is positive overall in this season. But look, another flag is being moved. Pulse are just not letting off. They are not taking their foot off the gas at all. As soon as they push across the map, they can see there's no members of VWS there. They pull a flag, and they want to take it to VWS.
Oh, and the good thing about SLG running that flag is not only is it on the Pulse side of the map now, it's also taken the railgun and camouflage player away from the spawners on the Pulse side. So that allows them to push out. And now SLG has the railgun. That's a clutch shot on Chalky right there. If he can touch this flag and rally it forward, it could be all over for VWS.
This is dangerous because he's got support as well. Fair enough, he does drop down, but the grenades and the shots are more than enough to push Ramirez into top mid. Look at where Cali is. All Cali needs to do is come back and support his teammate out.
He needs the return first, though.
That's what they're going for. There is two members, though, closing down. Grenades bounces out. Two members, though. Look at how Pulse Gaming just flood the courtyard. There was one player there. We see Punisher jumping out of Little Door. His teammate comes across from outside, take him down. Flag is within breathing distance. They can taste this second capture. However, 1, 2, 3 kills coming out of VWS. Now they may be able to get the return and put one in the back of the net themselves.
Yeah, you saw that 3 went down, and instantly all members of VWS started to push forward on the map. They wanted to get some control. They wanted to push forward, try and get this return. But Pulse on spawn have done fantastically to stay in this game. Chalky goes down as well. Now we have the advantage for Pulse. They get to flood across the map. It's their turn to try and get the return.
Good lord, this is back and forth. 2 minutes remaining. We're coming down to that nail-biting time. There's no grenades coming out of Cali, otherwise he could have had a little bit of a fiesta there. Unfortunately, he does get sit down. 2 members, 3 members of Pulse Gaming go down. Punisher answers back with a splinter nade.
with a return.
Oh, that's going to be interesting because now they can grab that. They're going to slide this one in. Boys, we've got a game. We're all tied up. 1 apiece, 140 remaining on the clock.
I said VWS just needed to do more of the same, and really they've been controlling top mid so well, phenomenally in fact. They've been able to get that railgun, that camouflage every single time, and I just think that VWS now, if they can push on, if they can continue this control that they had, and maybe just getting a little bit more aggressive, they can probably put a second flag here.
You're looking really disproven by them shots, Harry, I've got to say.
I just wanted a moment of silence for Riots.
All around me.
You gotta make sure you finish your kills, boys. Never turn away too early. And this is going to allow Pulse to kill 3 of the VWS members. And all of a sudden, it's all down to Riots. He's getting flooded by 4 French players. And I tell you what, this really should be a flag capture here from Pulse Gaming. If they can run this directly and slay some of the waves of VWS spawners that are coming out, this really should be game. But as long as you've got Ramirez in your own base, you're going to have a bad time.
So that's 1 down. We got 1 top mid. They need to get Ramirez out. That's 2 gone down now. Them 2 are going to be coming back off the spawn. However, Lunny answers back. The flag's on the Little Door. They're going to at least go for the return. Lunny comes in with a clutch double. Gets taken down, so they do, I believe, at least get the touch. And he's still alive. SLG dodging back from those grenades are coming in thick and fast. However, VWS have pulled the flag on it. Oh, if he'd have just hit the floor then, he would have absolutely guaranteed himself that kill. Gets the touch, he's out in the open, and just look at this, looking down the barrel of a railgun down.
I said this was going to be a nail-biter. I think we're going to go into overtime here. The flag is there for them to return, but VWS are sitting on it, and they are just lurching. They are waiting. They are just waiting to poach on anyone that pushes it. But SLG needs to be careful here that he doesn't get pushed. He knows there's a member around the corner. Takes down Ramirez. Important kill for him. I like that he's left that flag for one of his teammates, and he can push on, try and get some important kills with this railgun.
Overtime, boys. This is it. VWS life is on the line pretty much as we see SLG pushing top mid. 1 more bullet in the railgun. He now knows where the flag is after Chalky drops it. Scopes around the corner, and he just hovers in midair, finds Riot's jawline, takes him down. Here comes the aggressive push. He's getting lit up from behind. Look at where the flag is. They're going to get the return on the opposing side. Flag could just easily go. He needs to bounce this now. Riot's is there.
Oh, Cali!
What?
Cali!
He missed it!
No!
He missed it!
Are you kidding me, Cali? Oh, what's happening?
No!
Hold me!
I have no idea what's happening. They're going to get it in finally.
Oh my word. I need a moment.
I have no idea what's
Fathom
happening.
capture the flag does things to me. It takes years off my life.
I don't know who's more worried now, us or the audio man at the pitch of our voices when that was happening, but There is a capture lead now for Pulse. VWS need to get back into this. There is a flag moving, but it's actually Pulse moving this one yet again, and VWS off spawn are able to pick up a kill. Really important, but SLG is going to be moving this one forward. There is someone to assassinate though. Can he get the return?
So just a really quickie update. If you are joining us pretty much for the first time or don't know how the overtime rules work, we get overtime once the flags are all tied up at the end of the game. However, doesn't matter, it's not in next flag cap wins. We have to run down the clock. 1:30, tournament life on the line here for VWS. They are just a minute and 30 seconds away from getting pinched out of this 3-0 in the series by Pulse Gaming. Pulse Gaming now with Fragger looking to take control of top mid. Needs to be careful of Lunny though. Lunny will clean that one up. He'll thrust back in, he'll stay alive. Ramirez is one shot down by the VAT. This is just insane, boys. I'm still stunned at that last flag kind of mess, I want to say.
It was a mess, but I love that Pulse are still on the aggressor. They're still pulling flags. They're still taking it to VWS. They're not turtling it back. They're not giving the chance for VWS to take too much control. If Pulse can still push forward, pull flags, keep the VWS getting back to that base, not giving them a chance to push in and pull a flag of their own. They only need to do it for 50 more seconds, as Kali is just being more of a nuisance, perhaps a wasted death there, but certainly is keeping VWS away from his own flag.
I mean, fair enough, you say it's a wasted death down, but look at what it's done. It's at least he charged in there and he kept them in for a crucial few more seconds, which allow Punisher to come across. If this goes into a standoff, they don't give a damn. They're going to get this win all it is. They're running the flag in for possibly the third and final time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Kali gets the return. He's probably going to go down. He's there for the collection. Back of the net, Pulse Gaming 3-0 over VWS.
And that puts them very close to finals, and VWS will be praying tomorrow that Prophecy are able to beat Pulse. But what a game that was.
King SLG, 34 kills in overtime. Fathom capture the flag.
If we had Golden Boy here, I'd no doubt he'll be saying sweet Christmas, because that was a cracker of a game.
Shut the front door. 2 flag outs from Fragger, 34 kills out of SLG, and only 18 out of Riots. He had a few whiffy moments in that game as well, so not the greatest performance out of Riots, but what a slobber knocker. I take it back. I think that was our match of the week right there. I think you were right, Dan.
I want it to be right, and I think the important thing is now, all that stands in Pulse's way from being in these finals with us in December is Prophecy. And if you're gonna want a last game against anyone, a team that is currently 0-9 in the league is probably a good way to round it out.
Incredible stuff from the Frenchman. If you are from France out there, the French community will be extreme. That's nuts.
Insane.
He literally just tagged him up. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. This though,
Yikes.
YOLO.
Why did you drop it?
The stuff of nightmares.
Can't believe he did that. This just takes me back to the North American regional finals when you took over casting.
It really does.
It's just, Fathom is it's wild. I don't know if it's too wild. It's just, Fathom is wild.
Takes years off my life.
They did this themselves though. Kali, please. Why? Why, man? Why? There we go, guys. I mean, round of applause to Pulse Gaming. Guy, come on, let's at least give them a clap. All they've got to do now, guys, tomorrow is take down Prophecy. And they'll be here. They'll solidify themselves here at the European Fall Season Finals. And I'm quite fired up to see a French roster online again.
And what a turnaround as well. From relegation last season to potentially finals this season, that's a great turnaround from Pulse. And what a story it's been as well, considering how much we hyped them up in the first couple of weeks. And they kind of fell off a little bit mid-season, and now they're finding their form right at the end. And they could have just secured themselves a spot at the full season finals, and that's just a fairy tale story if I've ever heard one.
So, I'm being told in my ears that there is a potential. We have Mr. Norwin on the line. Norwin, can you hear us, my friend?
Yo.
What's going down, brother? You alright?
Oh, well, I'm doing okay, I guess.
A massive win over VWS. That now puts you tomorrow up against Prophecy. If you take them down, you're coming here. You're coming to England. You're playing for big money on the main stage. How are you and the team feeling, my brother?
Well, as I say, I'm feeling pretty good, to be honest. After this convincing win 3-0 against the VWS, and you know, we're matching Prophecy. You know, they're all good players, but currently, you know, last in the league. So I can say I'm pretty confident about this match, but well, we just need to not choke, I guess.
It's easy as that. Now, I was speaking about your team, SLG, and I said that you guys are probably quite calm. Would you agree with that, or do you think when you get to finals, are you going to be loud and proud?
Well, to be honest, I am myself really quiet in game. Well, I'm just, you know, cutting out small talk and stuff like this, but my teammates, they're just shouting and... To be honest, like during this match, I was like...
So they were sticking to the traditional
one shot
French,
corner.
Loud and proud.
Yeah, of course, we're cutting out in French, yeah.
Bonus will be proud. Bonus will be definitely
absolutely amazing. Norman, I want to ask, on Fathom Capture the Flag, when it went to overtime, you guys kept pulling flags. Did you guys just continue playing as if it was just regulation, or was that a game?
Yes, you know, well, we can have two strats, you know, like we could have just stand back and camp our flag to be sure to, you know, win 2-1, but it was kind of, I don't know, a risky play, because if they do one full team or four down, you know, they're gonna put the flag and it's gonna be game over. So I was like, no, let's just keep aggressing them. You know, we're on fire. We know we're just destroying them at the moment, so let's just keep pushing and we're gonna win anyway.
Say no more, my friend. No one. Because I know it's late over there, you're an hour ahead. I want to say congratulations to you and the team. You guys have played your hearts, mind and soul out, and honestly, you are doing awesome stuff for the French community, especially the French Halo community. It's great to see you guys. Best of luck from all of us here at the desk for tomorrow. Any last words before you go?
Oh, well, nothing much to say except thank you guys for casting and inviting me for the interview. It was cool. Looking forward to see you at the event. Cool, guys.
Confident.
Nice.
Confident. No one. See you later, dude, and best of luck. What an awesome match that was.
That was so good.
It was incredible. What a way to end it.
Amazing.
So he's calm and collected, but apparently his teammates aren't. So maybe I just took presumptions on just knowing SLG.
Swinging weights and going wild in his house. I mean, man.
There is a situation where Pulse don't make it to finals. So let's say Pulse lose to Prophecy, VWS beat Fab. It could happen.
You know what? If they didn't, if they lost to Prophecy tomorrow, that is possibly one of, behind the Dignitas old roster, this could potentially be one of the biggest chokes.
It's not going to happen. Don't worry. It's okay.
Until you just see Buck 20 like, I fancy a piece of this pie.
They're going to be grinding for 24 hours straight, so they're warmed up.
Dan's got Halo 5 in Arena on. I was like, come on, boys, we're having it large.
Amazing. I think I might have a little bit of a man crush on SLG, because he plays such great Halo, and then he conducts himself like so professionally in interviews as well. Yeah. He might just be like the perfect Halo player. He's the Halo player that France deserves.
I like that. Well, guys, we hope you at home liked it as well. We're just sorting out in the back the final standings, how the placements and everything pan out for tonight, because it then at least gives you guys at home some reference to seeing how we're walking into tomorrow's matches. Let's take a quick between ourselves at the equations then. So Fabi, they're not quite the #1 spot yet.
No,
yes, they are. 100%.
They are.
They've won the regular season.
Because of their head-to-head with Infused, I believe it means that they are #1.
Okay. Clap for that one.
So that means tomorrow we play for 2nd place. But it does mean that already at finals we are going to have 5 versus Infused. It doesn't matter where they come 2nd or 3rd. They're just playing for some prize money now, I believe. So that's just going to be kind of a pride thing between those guys.
A money match.
But then that 4th place spot, which is up for contention, it probably should be Pulse now. So we would be expecting a Pulse versus Fab game to start things off in finals.
And of course, very good friends. You got to look at Respectful and SLG. From back in the day of Halo 3, these two are extraordinarily good friends. You know what, actually? Respectful called it. If there is a man who's going to put a game on the back and go ahead, it's going to be him. So after that matchup, let's show you guys at home exactly how the season fall standings for Europe are looking currently as we make our way into game number 2. 8-1 at the top there, 83% win for Fab Esports. Moving up with a green arrow, Team Infused find themselves in 2nd place, 7-2 with a 60% map win ratio. 3rd place going down one, Team Vibe, 6-2 with 66%. Look at that, in the green, boys, and out of the red. Pulse Gaming 3-6, 42%. VWS, though, trade places with them and will drop down 3-6. and unfortunately Prophecy with no arrow as they sit firmly at the bottom of the leaderboard, 0-9 with only a 10% map win ratio.
So another way to put it is if VWS lose to Fab, it doesn't even matter if Pulse were to lose to Prophecy. Pulse would still go through just purely on their head-to-head with VWS Gaming.
It's deja vu, isn't it? Infused up there in second right at the end of the season. Infused actually haven't lost since week number 1.
That's incredible.
They've won out since then. If they beat 5 tomorrow, I mean, that would just be a...
That's going to be a fiery game.
That's going to be a fiery game. It's going to be a money match. I'm looking forward to that.
We kind of talk about like how today's match of the day and also that final one has been incredible. We still have some awesome Halo action coming for you guys tomorrow. Bookmark it, pencil it, take the day off work, whatever you want to do. It's season finals. Oh, it's relegated. No, it's regular season finals, baby. It's going to be awesome. There's some great matches to showcase. And at the end of it, we will have our 4 teams who will be coming to join us here live in the studio. And we will, unfortunately, have our 2 that will be playing off against the open circuit teams. And, okay, theory before we just end this game, gents. Let's say VWS and Prophecy drop into relegation tomorrow. Who exactly do you think, when you've got a team like MDR2 who are just absolutely throttling everybody at the moment, is the potential for us to see a new team in the next season?
There's definitely the potential. I think it depends how much these guys want it. I mean, VWS, I would say they've got more than enough talent to just move forward and beat any teams that come from the open bracket. My fear is Prophecy, to be fair. I'm really worried that they may go down to an open circuit team, but if I had to put my money somewhere, I'd probably say that Prophecy can do it just because I can't bet against the Buck Twins.
I think it's going to happen. I think we'll see a new team in next season.
And do you know what, with how North America's looking as well, I can see the same.
Exactly.
There's some sick teams over there.
It's getting
right,
juicy.
guys, that's pretty much it from the desk. I hope you have all had a goddamn fantastic time. I know I certainly have. Any final words from you two before we get into day number 2?
We have a stream tomorrow, and I'm really excited.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're going to be there. We're going to be here. We're going to be watching Halo. It's what we were born to do.
And now we're going to go grab a nice fat milkshake and enjoy some North American Halo. Stay tuned here. In a few hours' time, we'll see the North American Pro League going live. We want to thank you all once again, all the communities out there, Team Beyond, Halo Reddit, Halo Waypoint, every single one of you guys, all the YouTubers, all the montages, every single person that enjoys doing things for Halo and helping this scene grow, all the Twitch streamers out there. You are what make this job an absolute pleasure. It's been my pleasure hosting the desk once again. I will see you all tomorrow for more European fall season action. Thank you. Good night.